Day 9. Begin to think about the number of items you want to include in your wardrobe and/or how much space in your wardrobe you want to fill with items. Setting numerical limits and boundaries during the creation and edit of a capsule collection can be extremely helpful in the decision-making process of what to keep and what to release. Having to make a choice from or within a limited number of choice options may reduce hesitation during the decision-making process. If your personal capsule wardrobe boundary limits the number of graphic tees you can include to just one, you will likely end up choosing to keep the one tee that you absolutely love versus a selection of tees that you feel indifferent about. When choosing the one tee to include, you won't spend time questioning whether you should keep this tee or that other tee too. No, you will keep your most favorite tee out of the surplus that you currently own, because why would you choose one that you feel so in? Limiting the number of items that can be included in the capsule also helps prevent impulse buying and careless consumption. Before you can bring a new item into the wardrobe, another item must be taken out. Are you willing to make that exchange? One of my personal rules is no duplicates. Every item serves a different purpose and function. Though I own more than one black blazer, one blazer is a collector's piece worn for fancy events, one blazer is my go-to for a variety of day-to-night occasions, and one blazer is my dedicated school-only blazer for when teaching students and I cannot mind dirt, paint, and greasy fingerprints on my clothes. If you aren't sure about how many items to include in your wardrobe, consider your big why behind the creation of your capsule wardrobe. What end goal does a capsule wardrobe help you achieve? If you need help coming up with a why, you may want to review the benefits of a capsule collection on day 2 of this book. Closet clearing can be an emotionally and spiritually challenging experience. Memories, long-held dreams, and even grief are attached to the items in your closet. It can be difficult to release the physical objects holding those emotions because the release of older clothing may be equated with the letting go or abandonment of an old familiar self. Therefore, being clear on your numbers, capsule boundaries, and personal why behind the design of your capsule can bring more ease to the clearing process, as this helps both with removing emotional distractions and keeping you focused on the potential of your future, not on the loss of your past. If you are finding the clearing process difficult to work through, use the questions below to help you realign yourself to the greater purpose of designing your divine capsule wardrobe. May these questions prompt reminders of how your capsule wardrobe serves the greater good of you and your life. Does keeping this item get me closer to my goals? Does releasing this item get me closer to my goals? Does keeping this item hinder me from making space for the things I really want? Does releasing this item help me create space for the things I want to bring into my life? Does this item fit into the vision I have of my future self? Does this item represent me and my values of today? Action step. Review your notes from last week on those items that need special cleaning, extra care, and tailoring. Sort and separate those items from the rest of your wardrobe now. Of the items sorted, separate those items that can be taken to the tailor and cleaner from those that feel beyond repair. Place the latter items in the rag, repurpose upcycle bin, or fabric scrap sewing box for future projects. Now take a look at what is still a yes for your wardrobe collection, but just needs special cleaning, mending, and alteration. Of these items, which do you know you will never have mended or tailored because it takes too much time, money, or energy? Of these items that you have been planning to give extra attention to for months or years, why have you yet to do so? If, within the next 2 weeks, you cannot commit to a special cleaning, mending, or tailoring of the items you want to keep, send those items along to their new life. Donate, sell, or consign them as is, and make space for what will bring you ease, not feel like a back of the closet burden.